now we're going to go ahead and prime the black filter element. You put this is the priming button, or I'll call it the priming doodad. You put that on there. You'll take these, so before you prime it, you need to take these off. These cups. So you take these off before we prime it, and then we'll put these on later. So let's go ahead. I'll show you how to prime these first, and then we'll prime these arsenic filters later. These filters are for arsenic and fluoride. So here we are in the kitchen. You got your priming button on there. And we're going to do this for about 3 or 4 minutes. We're going to push all the air out. You don't want the water flowing too fast. You want the water running kind of slowly, just enough to go through the hole. And we're going to put this button up against there. We don't want too much water flowing on the outside. We want so maybe we'll slow it down just a hair more. Maybe just about like that. Remember see how I'm holding it on the plastic? Or you can hold it by now this could take 3 or 4 minutes to get comfortable. So then we're going to push this up there. You're going to feel the filter filling up. And what we want to do is we want to wait till the outside of the filter element is bubbling. It's starting to fill up. We're just going to wait until the bubbles show up on the outside of the filter element. That's why you should be kind of comfortable, because this could take 3, 4, or 5 minutes. Now you only want to use cold water. See how the spigot's on cold water. Only use cold water to prime the filter. If you did not do this, if you did not prime the filter for about 3 or 4 minutes until the bubble showed up on the outside, later on after you filled up your filter system, the air would clog up the system. So basically we're just getting the air out of the system. Takes a while. This is the hardest part of putting your Berkey system together. Priming these is probably going to be the most difficult part. Now, you may have to push high. See this right here? You may have to, I don't know if you can see it, push hard against the rubber to the faucet. You see how the filter unit is bubbling now? You're basically forcing the water through the filter. If too much water is coming out here, then you're not forcing it through the system. So you have to possibly force some pressure between the priming button. You're forcing the water in there, even though you're not letting the water's not running too fast. The faucet water's running slowly, but you have to force it in there. See how it's bubbling? I think that's enough bubbling. So we've got our plugs in, got our 2 plugs in. We've got our black filter elements in. Now these arsenic fluoride filters are going to go on here. They're going to sit in the bottom. These units are going to be sitting in the bottom half, whereas the black filters are on the top half. That's why we're going to gently wash the outside of these with soap and rinse them very well. Now we're going to have to prime these. So we take these blue caps out of here. They're on both sides. Take these blue caps out, and then I'm going to show you how to prime these. Wash the outside. They're going to screw on here no more than 8 full turns. So we're going to use the same priming button, priming doodad on here. We're going to run water through both sides to prime it. But first, we use cold water also. I think it's good to wash this down, the outside part, with soap and water. Get all the contaminants, any dust off the outside part before we prime it. So any dust or contaminants from the factory, we wash the outside off. Now all we do is put the primer button up top, and we run some water through. Remember, cold water. This could get, for some reason, the unit could get warm when you're doing this. I'm going to slow the water down. Too much water is going through there. But we're trying to just really get all the dust and any contaminants out from the, we're going to do it on both sides. Do it on this side for a couple minutes, and then we're going to do it on the outside, or the other side. That's probably about the right flow for the water. You really have to keep a tight fit there. Push it up, make it real tight so it comes out the bottom. Like I said, the hardest part of doing these, putting this system together, is priming the filters. Once we've run the one side, we turn it over, do it to the other side. Get all the dust out of there. Now we've got it primed. We're going to come over here. See the water flow? The water flows this way. The arrow goes down into the bucket, or into the bottom part. This, where my finger is going to screw on to here. Now you only want to go no more than 8 full turns, or 16 half turns. So that would be 1 half turn. And you just slowly have to count it. Make sure you don't do more than 8. One way of knowing your 8 turns, you see the mark there? That's, I've already got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 turns. So that's an easy way to know 8 full rotations. No more than 8 full rotations. Now we're ready to put, this is the top part. All you do is set it in there like this. We're ready to fill the water up. And this baby is ready to go. I'm going to tell you, it's not all that easy. But once you get it all together, I believe it's worth it.